This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here with winemaker Emmanuel Riffaud, who is joining us all the way from Chile with some of his marvelous wines. And the first wine we're going to be tasting is the Escudo Rojo Chardonnay. This is the Reserva 2019. What can you tell us about this wine, Emmanuel?
So the first thing is this Chardonnay is coming from Casablanca Valley. So Casablanca Valley is a very small valley in between Santiago and the Pacific Ocean. So you have the fresh breeze influence coming every day from this Pacific Ocean, because the Pacific is a very, I don't know for Canadian if it's fresh or cold. For me, it's cold because of the Humboldt current coming from the south of Chile.
Yes.
But this fresh influence is very interesting because it's refreshing the air every day. And you have 25, 26 maximum during summertime. So it preserves all the aromatic freshness in the grapes. And the second point is we are at the end of Casablanca with like we call the coast Cordillera, small mountains. We have a lot of granitic soil. So it's very important for us because it gives also some minerals characteristics. So this Chardonnay is really managing as the pure Burgundy standard. So maybe it's quite rare for Bordelais company to say, okay, we are going to manage it, this wine or this winemaking approach with Burgundy style, but this is the case. So as you see before, we have all the process and the facilities with the hand harvesting and then with the selection. And then we, for this 19 vintage, vinificate mostly 50% of the wine in demi-muit. So that means 500, 600 liters, big barrels, instead of 225 liters Bordelais classical wine, to also have the vinification and to have well integration with the wine, between the wine and the oak. And we realize also some batonnage, very classical, removing the lees to have the best harmony between oak and wine. And then we age for 6 months in French barrels with only 25% of new oak to preserve also the freshness and the integrity of the fruit. And that's also our idea with this wine, to have a well-balanced wine, freshness, elegancy, not too much or not too much maturity, I would say, in this wine. So, and I would say like just also to the nose, which is very classical of obviously the Chardonnay, but a very elegant, very fresh nose. We don't have any malolactic fermentation. So then we say we want to keep freshness, and you have this in the nose with blossom, with white florals and some jasmine aroma, and then obviously you have more the sun characteristic of this 19 vintage, because 19 vintage was very dry and hot vintage. So you have it in the second nose with some mango, some pineapple, and with some light notes of rusted hazelnut, some also vanilla touch, a little bit of cocoa, characteristic of some oak aging.
It's a very accomplished and well-crafted Chardonnay. And I wonder, did you have any experience of making Chardonnay prior to your arrival in Chile?
Yes, I did some Chardonnay in the south of Chile, south of France, sorry.
Oh, right, okay.
And yeah, so we had some Chardonnay here in the Limoux region. And so I did some Chardonnay before, but it's completely different because even though when I arrived here in Chile, I managed the first Chardonnay here from Escudo range, and it was like a more Californian Chardonnay style.
Yes, yeah.
More ripe, and also with malolactic fermentation, much more in the oak. We use more medium and medium plus. So now we are using medium and medium light. So that means the style was completely different. Now I'm much more looking for freshness, elegancy, and the taste and the balance of the wine is completely different that we were doing before.
Oh, it's a really delightful wine, and it actually delivers quite a lot of value for the money as well. I'm very impressed with this.
Yes, that was also part of our philosophy to put in the bottle really the best quality we can, depending on the price, obviously, but we prefer to over delivery. That's our philosophy, because we are using the name of Rothschild. So Rothschild, it's really the stamp of quality, of excellency. So that's part of our philosophy.
I see that Mr. James Suckling quite likes this wine. How important are those scores to you?
Bueno, we had a 90, 92, 93, depending on the vintage. But I think it's, we are not making wine for the ratings, obviously. But
I'm glad to hear
we
it.
are much, yes, we are making wine for the consumer. So,
yes.
In my opinion, if you ask me, the most important when you have some consumers who say, okay, I like the wine and I drink one glass and then I want to drink another glass.
Yes.
In my opinion, a good wine, it's an empty bottle. That's it. So obviously I understand that the ratings of the journalists is very important also, because some people don't have all the knowledge about the wine. So it's important to say, oh, okay, this one is 90 plus, for example. Oh, okay, give some information. So, I mean, it's like depending on the people, like people want to have information about the ratings, other people know. So I think it's like a quality standard. I mean.
Well, I don't often agree with James Suckling, but I certainly do on this Chardonnay. Thank you very much for letting us taste through this. And we'll join up with you very soon.
Welcome.
Thank you.